This is the most consistent way to find Sentinel firing cores in arc raiders. Sentinel firing cores seem to be one of the most frustrating arc components to find and are a crucial part to upgrading the gunsmith workshop to level 3. These are different from the turrets that can spawn in buildings in high-level loot zones and are actually sniper turrets that spawn on the outsides of buildings. Dam Battlegrounds is one of the best maps to find sentinels because there is an almost always consistent spawn by research and administration. On the spiral staircase on the southeast corner of the building, there is a sentinel that will spawn more times than not. While this spawn is the most convenient and consistent for finding sentinels, if you spawn in partially throughout the round, it most likely won't be there because another player has already taken it down, especially since research and administration is a red loot zone. It's best to be on the lookout for the laser that the sentinel will be using to lock onto you, as one shot from these can take off a decent chunk of your health. They do take a bit of time between locking on and shooting, so if you can get behind something like the rocks that are right there below the spawn, you usually are pretty safe. Like taking down any kind of arc, it's best to use medium or heavy ammo guns as they have the best arc penetration. I recommend bringing in a Venator, a Renegade, an Anvil, or even a Pharaoh, as these have the best ability to take down the Sentinel before it can do too much damage to you. The tricky part about Sentinels is once you do kill it, they sometimes have a chance of the body of the Sentinel launching off into space or dropping a bit further than where it actually fell into the ground, so keep an eye out for where it does fall, that way you can actually loot it. Along with using actual Sentinels to find Sentinel firing cores, you can also utilize arc couriers. Dam Battlegrounds has a pretty consistent spawn rate for arc couriers, and each of the arc couriers have a high chance of having different arc components inside of them, including firing cores. To actually find arc couriers, you want to be on the lookout for thick black smoke that kind of spirals into the air. This smoke can indicate either an arc probe or a downed arc courier. Make sure you're playing a map condition that doesn't have that smoke and fire in the air, like the Matriarch, the Harvester, or the Exploding Raider caches, as this can make it hard to actually identify if it's just the map condition or if it's actually a courier. If you find a courier and it doesn't have smoke coming out of it, that means that it's already been breached and another player's probably already looted it, but that doesn't mean you can't check it because sometimes they might not be looking for Sentinel firing cores and they might have left it behind. I find it really helpful to learn one side of the map very well and keep a note of where the couriers are, as the spawns for them are random, but the locations that they spawn in are not. So if you know where one spawns, then you can kind of search the area to see if one actually did generate there or if not. To find the different arc courier spawns, you can use a website called Arc Raiders Hubs that shows you the different locations of different things on the map. Here on the screen, I'll have an image of the locations for Dam Battlegrounds. Checking these spots will allow for consistent chances of finding different Sentinel firing cores and can make your work a little less tedious. When trying to find Sentinel firing cores, I like to first check to see if the Sentinel did spawn or if another player has already killed it, and then move into finding the arc couriers. That way you're able to knock out two birds with one stone and give yourself double the amount of chance to actually find what you're looking for. If this information is helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and if you need help with different hard to find arc components like rusted gears or surveyor vaults, I do have videos about those posted on my channel.